Oh my gosh. I was really dumb as a kid.
Oh,
Were
you
you
and me
also?
both. You and me both. I was
Okay.
an absolute idiot.
I figured, but I didn't want to put words in your mouth.
You
I
can't be
mean,
as dumb as I am as an adult and not be an idiot as a kid. Just gullible, believed like,
hmm
and it didn't have like any like sarcasm detector until I was like at least in middle school.
I had a English teacher in high school who literally because he was so snarky, he
Hmm.
wrote the word gullible on his ceiling.
Nice.
So, when he was being sarcastic with us, he's like, yeah, and there's gullible on the ceiling too.
Hmm.
But in his class, there actually
Sure.
was. So,
It
and
actually
there
is.
actually was. So there was some kind of payoff, which was pretty fun. But
Hmm.
yeah, I was really dumb when I was younger because pretty much every urban legend I believed.
Oh
But I was
yeah.
also religious as a child.
Oh,
So
well, the superstitions, being scared of everything.
yeah,
That's what
it kind of
religion brings.
tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever do like the Bloody Mary kind of thing?
I was terrified.
I
Absolutely
figured.
terrified. Bloody Mary, Candyman, both of those like instilled fear into me, which is why I like never go into dark bathrooms. Even still to
Mm,
this day, they still wig me out a little bit, even though I have by far gotten over that fear. I don't
mm-hmm.
actually believe that a ghost woman or man is going to show up in my mirror. But as a
Mm-hmm.
kid, firmly believed it, 110% that it
Oh
was going to
yeah.
happen. Uh, Even like, because I watched the movie Urban Legends kind of young, middle school,
Right. You had me watch that a few years
Uh-huh.
ago.
And even then, I totally believed like ooh, don't flash your brights because then like the gangs will follow you and murder you and this and that. It's just, like I said, as a
Mm-hmm.
child, literally, you told me anything.
Yeah.
I remember one time, this is bringing up things.
So many memories.
I remember one time I was like walking home either from school or from my friend's place with my little brother. And at the
Mm-hmm.
time, I want to say I was maybe like fifth, sixth grade. And like some teenagers came up and essentially told us, like, hey, we're going to kill you. And like,
Fun.
I was like, fuck, this is it. We literally like immediately went home and I like told my mom and she was like, Dave, don't, that's not going to happen. Don't worry about it. But I
No,
was
they're
like
just
convinced.
stupid
I was like,
kids.
this is it.
Like, goodbye, mom. You're like writing your will and
Yeah.
testament
It's
as
gonna,
you're like 8 years old,
I give my N64 to my father,
who does
and
not know how to play a single video game.
hey, that man taught me how to play Mario Kart.
Aw, that's sweet.
But what about you? What was your urban legends? I mean, I'm assuming Bloody Mary,
Well,
everything.
yeah, pretty much everything. I did have one actually work on me,
Uh-oh.
which is, I mean, I don't know. It's just like the power of suggestion, right? I don't know if I've told this story on the podcast or not, but
You
I played.
have.
Oh, I did. Okay. Yeah, the devil raise her hands thing.
Yeah.
I did. That did happen to
I
me.
don't remember what episode, but you certainly have
I
because
did
I
tell that
remember.
story. And then the big one that I, still to this day sometimes think about, not that I believe, it's just like, you know, that that
Oh,
that fucking reptile part of
got
my
the
brain
heebie
that's just like,
jeebus.
it's gonna get you. It's that urban legend of sex traffickers or predators
Huh.
hiding under your car
Oh, that's a
and
good one.
slicing your
That's scary.
ankles.
Yeah.
Oh my God. To this day, if I'm getting into my car alone at night, I like
Hmm.
jump in. So I'm like,
Yeah.
haha, you're not gonna get
Right.
these ankles,
And
boys.
like the classic, I mean, and a lot of urban legends, I mean, they're just rooted in fears.
Oh, like the person waiting for you
Yeah,
in
the
the
person
back
in
of
the
your
back seat.
seat. Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say at the beginning of Urban Legend. They do that as like the feature urban
Yeah.
legend, where
Yeah.
like the gas station attendant, he's kind of weird, and then the lady's like alone, so she runs away from him. He's like, "There's someone in your back seat." He was
Mm-hmm.
just trying to help her. So
Yeah.
it also, I guess, is a tale to maybe not be so afraid of strangers.
Yeah, because sometimes they are trying to help, like genuinely.
Yeah.
But
Oh God.
I had an old manager that I worked with at Bath and Body Works,
Wow.
and she refused to let any of us walk to our car alone.
Well,
Like,
good for
good on
her.
her. I mean, I
Oh
love
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But she genuinely like tried to scare us. Like, she's like, there's gonna be people in the back of your car. And I'm like, why are you telling me this as I'm about to drive home alone for like 20 minutes at like
Hmm.
3 a.m.? Like, what the hell? Do you want me to
Why'd you
get sleep
schedule me at
tonight?
night?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. But she was nice. Like the intention was good, but it's like, don't put this into me. Where were you? What happened? What changed?
Baby, we can do it. Take the time, do it right.
Do it, baby.
Sho-Dependent pod.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, how y'all doing out there? Hope you're having a radical time. Hope everything you're keeping it tight. Hopefully you're not alone. Don't have to do no 5-knuckle shuffle on yourself.
Oh,
and
God.
You know, if you're playing a sport, it better be baseball, and you better not be a pitcher.
It is summer after all, people.
I'd like to welcome you as a God. When I played baseball, first of all, I sucked ass. We'll get to it later, but I want to say I played like third base, outfield. So
they're like, get him away from the pressure situation.
Oh yeah, we'll say outfielder Eddie here, welcoming you back to another episode of the Sho-Dependent podcast. Oh man, if it's your first time, if you're not a long-time first-time caller, if this is your actual first time listening, what is Sho-Dependent? Well, it's a podcast where we talk about relationships in media and our relationships with those little pieces of media, exploring our codependent tendencies with the things that we love, how those things shaped us into who we are today, and whether or not that relationship has changed. Now, the outfielder, as I already said, Eddie. Yeah, I'm only one half of this baseball team here. The other half, the other person who's making up just all other how many positions?
There are 9.
There's 9
players on a
So I'm 4.5 of our baseball team. The other 4.5 over here is my lovely, beautiful partner.
Yes.
Her name is
Kayla. Hello. I think that you should have 4 and I should have 4, and then Buddy could be a standalone player.
Okay, he could be what would he play?
I think he'd be really good as an umpire.
But then we don't have
that's
a player.
What I meant. Catcher. I get them confused because they're both behind home plate.
They are both, but only one of them helps the team.
Yes, the other one needs to be
screw them over. Who knows?
Yeah, but they should be impartial, but rarely does that actually happen. Anyway, yeah. Hi guys, welcome back.
I don't think you ever said your name.
I said hi. My name's Kayla. Well, I'm saying it now. Hi. My name is Kayla.
Oh man, Kayla. It's been,
I hate it when you call me that.
I know. Sorry.
It's weird.
But, hey, we got to be business professional here. My love, gorgeous, my other half. It has been a time in between this episode and the last episode. Oh
my God. I forgot. I've honestly already started repressing it.
Well, why don't you you go first and tell us how you're doing, and then I'll
Yeah. I am fun employed.
Fun times.
But I'm a student.
There you go.
And I'm loving,
not doing nothing.
Things. Yeah. I'm not a total burden to society. I'm just like I'm just a burden to our household. Yeah. Let's put it like that.
I mean, you have money saved up, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
the lights are gonna stay on the Sho-Dependent studios.
Yeah, but, hopefully. You know? I'll get on the whole job thing, but I'm loving school so far. It's kind of kicking my proverbial ass, but I mean, it feels good to be working my brain again, and I'm liking everything going on so far. But for every good, there is a bad in our lives, and the bad has been your
balance
existence,
in all things. July has been a rough,
really, really bad.
Has not been a good. It's been a rough. You know, started off well. Things are going fine. However, in between this episode and last episode, I got vertigo, passed out, hit my head on a tile floor, which I'm pretty sure gave me at least a little bit of a concussion.
Yeah,
which,
I would say just
in turn made my vertigo 10 times worse. And I also, after falling down and hitting my head, I had to stay in the hospital for 2 days, 2 nights. So a lot has happened. However, I'm back. I'm still here. As you can tell, I can still speak.
I'm still standing. He's
whatever's
down,
left of my brain cells, you know, is still working, still firing on all of the cylinders that are left.
And, how long did you because the vertigo you couldn't lay down for a little bit.
Oh yeah, it was like,
how long were you sleeping in an upright position? Was it 2 weeks?
it was at least 2 weeks, if not a few days more, because I was a little, as you'd imagine, I was a little afraid to lay down because every time I would,
I'm afraid.
The world would start spinning. Every
I'm
time
dizzy.
I would bend over, it'd start spinning.
It definitely felt like a fake illness that was very, very real.
It was not great. It sucked ass. Luckily, physical therapy. Shouts out to the physical therapist. They got me right, and now
the physical therapist in Buca de Beppo.
And now I can walk and pretty much do everything normal. The only thing that's lingering is anxiety.
Hey,
our old friend Mr. Anxiety is still hanging around, making me nervous. Because I think it's pretty natural to be like, oh well, what if it happens again?
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna get past it.
Yeah, we will.
I'm trying to see a therapist.
Yay!
For that.
Mental health for men.
Sho-Dependent definitely strongly suggests everyone, men and women, take care of their mental health. With that being said, something that was a bright light over this past week of finally getting over vertigo is this film that we rewatched for this episode. And it's a 2016 film.
Mm-hmm. Even though it feels like a much older movie than that.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's in a different time, but it's a 2016 film entitled Everybody Wants Some.
Count them. Two
exclamation marks at the end. Yeah, it's a movie that doesn't have a whole lot going on.
Nope.
But I think speaks a lot to just
guys being dudes
and just human relationships and interactions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I needed a lot of in the past week. Unfortunately.
Oh boy, yeah. You
past couple of weeks.
He could not lay down. We could not cuddle in bed. He could not stand up without getting dizzy.
It was very debilitating. So
yeah.
I also want to say this, obviously, because it was temporary for me. I really hope it never comes back. Luckily, I was able to get it figured out. But 100%, I knew that people could suffer sort of invisible illnesses that people can't see. But man, oh man, you can't judge people because you don't know what they're going through, because many illnesses are just you can't see them outwardly. And man, it was fucking wild. So have some compassion, have some sympathy, empathy for your fellow human.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, shall we get into this?
Let's do it.
All right.
It's a meet cute baby. It's how we meant this thing.
Nobody asked.
This happens sometimes, but I don't feel like it happens all that frequently. But this is a movie that we watched for the first time for both of us together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've had a few situations like this. As we said, film came out in 2016. Did not watch it in theaters or anything.
No.
We watched it Redbox.
Oh, yeah. You remember
sometime
that?
About a year later. Yeah, you remember that thing that's still around, but people forget isn't still around? Yeah, it's here.
Mm-hmm.
And 2017, I want to say it was around a year after it came out. I had seen and I had heard oh, it's a good movie. So I wanted to watch it. We picked it up one day, and I want to say I was pretty much I don't know about
You're
instantly,
feeling it.
but I was feeling it right away, and it just slowly won me over because the cast is very charming. It's all a bunch of young guys, a few young ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of shooting the shit, having a good time. Very much a masculine movie. But I think, I don't know. But I think not in a terrible way.
I remember watching this movie and I was like, oh, that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there wasn't anything really super special about the time. I mean, it was earlier in our relationship. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, I'll watch the baseball movie.
You didn't even know it was about baseball.
I didn't know
and
what
I
it was
didn't
about.
either.
No. It's loosely really about baseball. But I think we should get to know this movie a little bit. Getting to know each other.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
But I mean, you want to start off with something that's semi-problematic, is the fucking opening song. Because this movie starts off with just an absolute banger amongst bangers. The song entitled My Sharona by The Knack. An amazing song with very problematic lyrics.
Extremely.
But
Didn't know about those words until like 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, and maybe we'll do an episode on it at some point because I really fucking love that song.
Oh, it slaps in a very unique way, and I appreciate that.
And I think this movie starting off with it just instantly sort of like sucked me in. It's like, oh, this is gonna be a good one if they're gonna start off with this, because you just hear the
beautiful,
and the little "My Sharona" as he's driving up. It's 1980 Texas. We got this young, strapping young man, and he's just looking at all the ladies, taking in the sights as he's rolling up to college for the first time. He's a freshman and he's a baseball player, and
what's his name?
Jake.
Jacko.
And I just want to say this, we'll talk about music a little bit later. Just sort of like pretty much every song that they play in this is like an absolute banger.
I feel like so much of the budget actually just went into music rights. Because a lot of the music that they play is, one, very popular, and two, very good.
It was 1980, so we got a lot of disco in there, got some rock, just a good time. But like I said, he pulls up to the frat house, and you immediately felt a certain type of way.
Yucky, gross, boys, don't clean. Everything looks like trash. Disgusting frat house, like just... You can smell it through the screen. Like it's got that distinct grime.
It's that bad, huh? And it's in the Texas heat. That's
and
a
powerful
heat.
You know that house did not have air conditioning.
Nah, I said no, yeah. Oh, with all those young
Foghorn
smelly
Leghorn
men
over here.
just hanging out.
Longhorn, whatever his name is.
Foghorn Leghorn.
So gross.
What's a freaking name? Yeah, he rolls up. It's it's kind of a situation where the baseball team gets to live there. They explain it later. It's fine, whatever. The point being, he is very quickly acquainted with a lot of his teammates. They all have like very strong personalities. But, I suppose we could say here that this film is sort of like a film that doesn't really have much of a plot.
No.
If any, to begin with, because I think plots need to have like conflict. And I want to say...
Yeah, there's like slight internal conflict.
Yeah, but it's not even like real, No. It's just sort of like dudes hanging out and being dudes. And like, yeah, there's like, they have small setbacks, but there's not really like an overarching like, this is a problem that they need to fix. As most people's lives, conflict comes and goes. But this really is just kind of like a movie where we just get to see a guy join a baseball team in college and just sort of like follow him over the first weekend before college officially starts. Like there's really not much else going on. We talk about it later, but the entertainment is in just watching regular life happen.
Yeah, it's a really low-key movie.
Yeah, it's really fun to just throw on and like just enjoy. You don't really have to pay too much attention.
No. Yeah, but my favorite, it happens pretty early on after you get introduced to most of the team. But the guys decide to go, be dudes and check out what kind of, oh God, I don't want to say it. The talent on campus. They're driving around looking for women. Okay.
Do a little recruiting, Looking for some strange.
But on their way to do that, they have a little sing-along moment. They be singing along. They be singing at each other. They're just having a good time, and I love that shit.
Yeah,
it reminded me a lot of Wayne's World.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. They're having a little moment in the car singing along to Rapper's Delight. I said a hip hop, that one.
Yep.
And it's just
hip hop, don't stop. Why do I think of the movie Kangaroo Jack when I hear that song?
I have no idea. I've never seen that film, so I don't know. I don't know what happens there. However, it's 1980, so very quickly, they're putting the moves on the women, but we very quickly get to see that they have some great fashion sense.
Oh, love it.
We got the male crop popping up.
Sheesh.
Dudes in tight pants, bell bottoms, small shirts.
Shorts.
Yeah. And they very quickly go to a little disco spot called the Sound Machine.
Love it.
And right here, again, it sucked me in because as they show up, as they roll up to the spot, what song are they playing? But fucking take your time, do it right. And it's just, I mean, you're gonna get
Yep.
me sucked into the movie.
His head is wiggling,
My head
people.
is gonna be going when it, baby, we can do it. Take the time, do it right. And they're just like dancing with women, having a good time, having a couple brewski beers, and it's just,
Yep.
we're what, 15, 20 minutes in?
Oh yeah.
Nothing's really happened but watching guys have a good time.
Yep. And
And
that's
they're
what we're
all just
doing.
looking to get laid.
Oh yeah, that's their main prerogative, really.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the coach said the main rules are like don't drink and don't get laid, they're going to do both of those things excessively throughout these next 3 days.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much all they do because he rolls up on what, like a Friday,
Yeah.
instantly go out, and yeah, we follow them through the weekend. It's also fun to sort of be like I was also reminded of the simpler time of being like a college freshman,
Mm,
where yeah, you're an adult technically, but I don't know, as a student, 18, right into college. I mean, yeah, I know that some people had jobs, very stressful and all that, but by and large, I feel like a lot of people were just you're still kind of like a kid
yeah.
because you don't really have any like real problems, other than
No.
like going to school. And
Mm-hmm.
especially these guys, since they're there for baseball, their main things are
They
just
care
like,
even less about school.
yeah, like just I get to play baseball, and yeah, I guess I got to go to class, but also get to dance with the ladies and have a great time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's definitely like, I don't know. I guess it's especially if you were somebody in college who like really enjoyed going out and like
Mm-hmm.
that part of the college experience. This is definitely like a fun time because you get to see these guys go off of each other's energy and just say
Mm-hmm.
yes all the time.
Yeah. A lot of it is like, as you'd imagine, one-upmanship and just sort
Mm-hmm.
of like yes-anding each other, but not cringy improv.
Yeah.
Just
They're a
IRL.
baseball team, not an improv
Uh-huh.
group. So
Yeah, but it's a lot of battle with the boys.
yep.
The majority of the fun times is just hearing these guys talk to each other and the
Mm-hmm.
way they talk to each other and sort of like all the lines that they say and a few of them trying to get philosophical and all that. Like
They
there's
are all it's go ahead.
I was just gonna say there's one guy who talks a lot. His name is Finn. He is played by, don't know his name, but he was in Top Gun Maverick.
He's
He
a
was like,
hottie.
yeah, and he's also in a couple of the movies. Anyways, he has his play with the ladies, which I think is very fun.
I love it.
And his play is that he explains to the women how his dick is average.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of these moments in a film where you're like, ah, yes, the dialogue is what the director was focused on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the dialogue, the lines are what's going to be memorable. And it is pretty fun because his sort of play is like, you don't want to set yourself up to fail by saying you got a huge one and then they look and it's it's not as big as you made it out to be. And you also don't want to be the guy that says you got a tiny one because you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot, even though if you're trying to set yourself up for like, oh wow, it's bigger than I expected. So it just says, with me, you just get the average size.
There you go.
It's just, it is what it is. I got no play. I'm just me.
There you go. Wow. Humble, brave.
Oh, humble and brave. He keeps it real.
Oh my gosh. These guys are just the living embodiment of the phrase young, dumb, and full of cum.
Yeah.
Emphasis on the cum. Because that is like the major goal of all these guys is to just bang.
Just get laid.
Mm-hmm.
And they do be doing it a lot.
Yeah, good for them. And it doesn't seem to be, it's funny because this movie, at least from like the female perspective, it's kind of like watching a nature documentary. It's like, look at these boys in the wild.
Mm-hmm.
They're like in their natural territory. They put on, I mean, we may talk about it later, but they put on the camouflage.
Mm-hmm.
and they wear different clothes to different areas. They, you know, they're putting on a show to get laid. And, you know, it happens in the animal kingdom all the time.
Yeah.
You do a little dance as a bird.
Do that little side to side little.
Ha 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 ha. Ha. Ooh, look at my pretty feathers. They were iridescent in the sun.
Hey, you like this shit, huh?
You love this
shit. Check it out, lady. Check it out. Hey.
You love this shit.
Hey, it's pretty wild how like animals sort of like just aggressively, it'd be as if you're like walking down the street and then a dude runs up on you with like chains and like a bright jacket and stuff and just starts dancing and like, yeah, you want to fuck me, huh?
I
hey,
don't
like this shit?
I'm afraid.
Women have to deal with so much even in the animal kingdom.
Oh yeah, pretty much constantly.
But you know, you lead us to this point because at some points, you know, in the film, they're definitely trying to get a little philosophical, as people do when they're hanging out partying. You always start thinking like, what are we really doing here? What are we really presenting ourselves as?
Most of the time they are consuming substances, whether alcohol or marijuana.
You know how people get, if you've ever hung out with people who've been doing drugs or drinking, a lot of people get like real inward. And like, man, what are we doing, dog? So there's a point where when they're at a punk show where Jake turns to Finn and he's like, what even are we? You know, like we did the disco, we did the country club. Now we're doing punk shows. Like, are we just fake? What are we doing out here? Sort of having a crisis of identity. And what does Finn hit him with?
He's like, no, we're not phony. It's adaptive. Basically what I was just talking about is like, no, we're just tailoring ourselves to the environment. Which I guess is just more reflective of the phase of life that they're in anyway. I mean, Finn is what, a junior?
I think so, yeah.
He's a junior. So he's been doing it for a little while, the whole college thing. So he's more of like a vet wanting to walk Jake through all this.
Seasoned vet of the puss.
Amen, brother. Yeah, he just kind of is like, no, it's just the way it is. Like all of us are just putting on a show. We're just showing each other what we want. Or what we think we want to see. So,
and in a way, aren't we all?
Aren't we all? Isn't it all just a farce?
Isn't life a stage?
Damn straight. Honey, you're speaking my language.
You know, we're all just actors in it.
I
mean, it does sort of speak to, you know, you are who you present yourself to be. Even if you're not necessarily that person behind closed doors.
Yeah.
And especially with like interpersonal relationships, you just sort of, like they said, you adapt to the situation you're in. And if you're looking to get laid, you kind of want to adapt to what you think the women will want.
Yep.
Or whoever it is you're going after. For these people, they're definitely going after the ladies.
I will keep this section brief, but it's just something that I think that we were reminded of today. Because Eddie, you and I went and saw the Barbie movie. And this is definitely a point that was this is definitely a point that was kind of like forced on you at a very like specific point in the film. Men are scary. There is a constant threat of assault or violence or like just baseline. Men are scary. So watching this movie as a woman, it just reminded me of that quite a bit because like, I mean, even though most of the things that they participate in are very benign. Like, I mean, we'll get there, but they have a very hyper competitive nature. Like, and to me, competitiveness often reads as aggression. And the fact that the main motive for these guys is to like prey on women, whether or not, well, I mean, that is what they're doing, right? I mean, not necessarily to cause harm, but you know, they're looking for sexual gratification, right? So you kind of get to, a lot of this movie is quote unquote locker room talk. It's it's not extremely,
you know what I'm talking about, boys.
Oh God. It's not extremely offensive, but it is, it's that uncomfy feeling as like, oh, so this is actually what guys say to each other. Whether or not they mean it, that could be something else. But like, there is a specifically toxic scene that like makes me so uncomfortable. And it's when Jake is playing ping pong against
Glenn, I believe.
Yeah, Glenn, who's like a hot shot, like really good baseball player.
He's like the senior. He's gonna go pro. Like this guy is like, he can hit out the fucking lights of the scoreboard.
Yeah, but Jake is having fun because this is the first time really he's actually kind of been able to get one of the older guys' goats. So he's just been like, he's kind of like poking at him as he's kicking his ass in table
Ping
tennis.
pong. Ooh, yeah. Nice. We both went opposite ways with that.
And Glenn loses his absolute shit when he loses. He rages so hard he breaks the paddle. And like the guys laugh it off, but like to me, if I were in that room, I'd be so scared and uncomfy just because like that type of and maybe it's just like emotional immaturity. Like I get not liking losing. Like obviously it's not a fun feeling, but also you're like 22 years old. Like you're really gonna rage this hard over losing to ping pong. Yeah. But there is a comedic effect, and it definitely makes everybody in the room laugh, like to see like him get so pissed about losing. But I think that competitive nature is like very prolific in every single individual, with maybe the exception of the stoner guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
he's very relaxed.
I mean, he's later revealed to be, not only does he just smoke hella weed and he's like high all the time, but he's later revealed to be like a 30-year-old man who just like sneaks into colleges and just kind of like just wants to play ball and like hang out. And obviously he like can't do it professionally or anything, so he just kind of like does this thing. So he's just there for it's all about the ride, man. It's all about the ride, man. Yeah. But I mean, going back, obviously part of it definitely has to do with being a man, because I think me being a man myself, and especially
not to brag, he has a penis.
Hey, patriarchy, am I right? Ugh. But not only that, but having played sports most of my youth, adolescence, up until pretty much middle school is when I stopped. But even then, I was still competitive in terms of like video games and all that stuff. The point I'm trying to make is men are definitely, I think, more inclined to be competitive. And part of that has to do with like playing sports and all that, because doing sports or any sort of competition, I think you kind of have to have the competitive nature to be successful in them. And they talk about it in this film. They're like, well, have you noticed that every single thing we do is like a competition? Like they cannot not compete with each other. Yeah. They sit down to drink some beers, who can do it faster. They sit down to like, play a video game, who gets the highest score. Who can hurt each other the most without quitting, when they play Bloody Knuckle and all that stuff. Just like every single thing, they have to be competing. And it sort of speaks, I think, to why they're so good at baseball. It's because they talk about it like every single one of us here hates losing, and that's what makes us better. That's what makes us a good baseball team, because once you unify that hate of losing, then it drives everyone to get better and better. Whether or not that becomes toxic, I think sort of speaks to what you said. It's like at a certain point, you kind of have to realize, yeah, I'm competitive, but I also need to figure out and manage my emotions. Yes. Because I've definitely been that person who takes things too serious. And I've seen 100% how it like ruins like the vibe. It ruins the fucking, can ruin the night.
What's the term in the gaming community? Getting
tilted?
Tilted. That's what it was.
Oh yeah. I've been tilted. I've been salty. I've been, everything, rage quitting, all that stuff. And, at this point in my life, as I'm 32, I've definitely sort of gotten away from that, both consciously and unconsciously. But just sort of like it's never fun to have
No.
someone who's just like so competitive that they like have to win and they're like suddenly rude to everyone and
Mm-hmm.
like no no no, you're playing the game wrong, stop doing this, stop doing that, you better take it serious, this and all that. And then it's just sort of like, yeah, like you said, once someone lashes out,
Yeah.
especially like throwing things or yelling and being aggressive towards others, it just like so quickly ruins the night or ruins
Mm-hmm.
the experience for everyone that I
Awkward.
like never want to be that guy again.
Yeah.
You know, because at the end of the day, do I love winning? Yeah, because it feels good. Who doesn't love the good feeling sensation of like, yeah, I did it, I succeeded,
Oh, you should
and
have
it's
seen me in class the other day on Kahoot.
oh yeah, you
I
were
was
killing it,
running that shit.
and it felt good.
I
You
was like,
know.
how does my dust taste,
Mm-hmm.
fellow
Hey, tell me how my
classmates?
ass tastes. But yeah, it can definitely very quickly venture off into like, man, now you're just making it weird. Like, why do
Mm-hmm.
you have to do that?
Yeah, uncomfy feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, competition definitely is something that I associate with like toxic masculinity.
Mm-hmm.
But
A
there are
lot of
plenty
times
of
it
men in my
is.
life that are good at being competitive. But I
For
have
sure.
seen some scary instances of people not being able to take the L, and
Mm-hmm.
it can get violent and very scary.
Oh yeah. Oh, being a man is knowing how to take the L.
Oh yeah.
Maturing for anyone is knowing how to take your L
Mm-hmm.
and just, hold it, put it in your fucking backpack or put it in your back pocket and just it's fine. You're gonna make it through. And if you really want to get better, you can, but like don't make things shitty for anyone else.
I know that I don't throw a hissy fit every time I lose in Mario Kart, which is all the time.
Uh-huh.
So that's fine.
Uh-huh.
And
Hey,
maybe it's just because maybe I just don't want the win enough, you know?
maybe you don't. You gotta get in there.
Maybe.
You gotta get in the lab and start grinding it out.
That sounds so boring. I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna practice like you play.
I was about to say perfect
Mm-hmm.
transition to the next part. We hear a line from a guy called Jay Niles.
Oh my God.
Insane guy.
Dude is the weirdest person I've ever heard of.
Yeah, he's like the super weird guy, super awkward, but he's a hell of a ball player. And he says that line, practice like you play. And man, do they practice like they play, I think, in every aspect of their life.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Some of them harder than the others. But this is a movie about baseball players. And I
Mm-hmm.
thought it would sort of be fun to talk a little bit about baseball players and sort of like, I don't know. For one thing, our main character, Jake, he's a pitcher, and a lot of the other players don't like him because he's a pitcher,
Mm-hmm.
which I found very interesting because then the pitchers themselves talk amongst themselves and sort of like, yeah, well, we get it. You can sort of ruin things in a lot of ways, but it just sort of awoken me.
Oh.
Just like if you look at it, pitchers do have a lot of fucking pressure on them.
Mm-hmm.
So like I could not imagine being a
No.
pitcher ever. Like I was
To me,
never
it's like being a goalie in soccer. It's
oh
a very
god, so
similar
much pressure. Or
pressure.
like the QB
Oh
in
God.
American football. Obviously the keeper, well, they're called the keeper in soccer. It's a goalie in hockey.
Technicalities. They perform the same objective. It's fine.
Well, kind of like the guy that all the pressure is on.
Yeah.
Or the person that all the pressure's on, because women can do this too.
Thank you. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
feminist.
Oh
Brave.
yeah, I saw
Brave.
Barbie,
Yeah, you saw Barbie
I got
today.
the
Good for
message.
you.
I got it.
Uh-huh.
I understood. I saw what
Thank
was
you,
happening.
Ken.
No problem. My job is record.
There you go.
My job is microphone.
Yep.
But the hell was I saying? Oh yeah. I was saying, for one, that's just scary and like too much pressure to put on one person. Like I could never do that. Let
Yeah.
alone the fact, my ultimate point here is that baseball for me was like the scariest sport I ever played. And I fucking
Why?
hated it. Because baseball's scary as hell. That ball is flying around. It's small. It's hard to track. I don't have good eyesight.
That's
You're telling me I
true.
have to stand here and someone's going to throw a ball in my direction? And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it could hit me if
Oh
they
yeah.
don't do a good job. And I'm just
Mm-hmm.
supposed to take that? No. My parents put me in Little League. I was scared pretty much 95% of every game.
Oh boy.
Horrible experience.
And
Absolutely
this is
hated
where we bring back the
baseball.
therapy that you need.
I guess. I don't know. I don't know if baseball was really that significant in my life. I got hit in the face one time, broke my glasses, gave me a black eye. I think it's the only time in my life I've ever had a black eye. And not only that, I guess if we want to trauma dump,
Trauma dump.
I guess if I want to trauma dump on our listeners, which I guess is the point of a podcast.
That's apparently the trend.
In short, I was never good at baseball, could never hit the ball because I was afraid of it. The only part that I was kind of good at was like catching the ball because somehow I had reflexes,
What?
I attribute that to like real gamer hours.
Dang. It's like Gran Turismo, but baseball.
Uh-huh. I'm a little soft boy. You know me.
I love you so much.
How many times have I cried on this? Y'all know me, listeners. So if you can imagine me playing baseball, not only that, littler.
Aww.
You want to talk about me just being like
Afraid.
not able to detect sarcasm, not able to take like aggression towards myself, believing everything that like any adult fucking told me. I one year, it was the last year I played baseball.
Uh-huh.
Because
How
of
many
this
years
experience.
did you play?
It must have been at least like 3, 4.
Oh
my
God.
I played it from T-ball up until like, I don't know, until I was like 11, 12, something like that. I want to say maybe 10. I digress. Had one of those coaches that was just like, keep in mind I'm like 10. But he was like the stereotypical coach, like, oh, a bunch of fucking women out here, huh? These fucking pansies playing grab ass and stuff. First of all, my young virgin ears, I did not hear. My parents don't curse. My parents don't say bad words. Here's this fucking aggressive old like 30-year-old white dude just like yelling at us, saying like ass and fuck and like all this stuff. And I was just like, oh my God, why is he speaking such words? And like the straw that broke the camel back, other than like all that stuff, was that in a game, I got 2 hits.
Wow.
Both of them were like doubles, like pretty good hits.
Very good.
And so I thought I was doing pretty good. I was doing good in the field, catching balls, getting outs, all that good stuff.
Wow.
And then,
baseball terms.
So I was thinking like, dang, this is probably like the best game I ever had, And then I want to say we ended up losing the game.
Aww.
So whatever, at least I had the personal victory, right?
Yeah.
Well, you want to break a kid's spirit who's very fragile like me, this is what you do. Because after the game,
here's a tutorial.
Here you go. Here's the fucking roadmap.
The download.
Is that after the game, the coach is like laying into us, saying we suck ass, this and all that. How could we lose? We should have played better and all that. And then he like looks at me and he says, "Look at Eddie over here. We all played terrible." And then Eddie, he gets lucky a couple times. And then that's the only good thing we could do in a game. And I was just like, all right, well, fuck me then.
Oh.
I was just like, cool. So I don't even get like any like actual accolade. It was just like, I didn't play well. I just got lucky. So I was just like, I'm fucking done with this. Like, I'm not going to take this shit. If this is what like competing in this sport is going to be like, I'm not doing it. Because even when I do well, I don't get anything. I was just like, I'm done. I'll just play soccer because at least I'm better at that intrinsically, but also like every experience I had in soccer was like a positive one. Yeah. Super supportive coaches, teammates, all that stuff. And in baseball, it was just like aggression. I was just like, I can't do this shit. I'm too fragile for this. I hate this.
The one good thing, the one thing that baseball does better than soccer is pants. And that's it.
Well, there's not pants in soccer. We have the shorts.
I know that I'm talking about the shape of butt cheeks in said pants.
You wild.
Baseball players, you get to see the badonk. It is outlined and thorough. With the shorts, you gotta it's gotta be the right phase of the moon, if you will.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean,
I'm sorry.
It's
adults
fine.
are really toxic.
Yeah.
Especially when they are like, I feel like coaches much like teachers because, it's like a teacher, but for sports.
Yeah.
They have a much larger impact
Oh
than
yeah,
they
they have a big.
realize.
Oh, I mean,
And
you're
if you have
telling
a
me.
bad teacher or a bad coach, like they can make just as negative as an impact as the best teacher could have
Oh
a
yeah.
positive one.
I mean, and humans are hardwired to remember the negative more than the positive.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, I'm 32. This happened what? Over half of my life ago?
Yeah.
Like I've been alive longer since than I was alive at that point.
Mhm.
But man, I remember it. Like legit.
Clear as
Remember
day.
like it was yesterday. Like this guy, he ruined baseball for me. Like
It
legit.
only takes one.
Like I already didn't like it, and he
Yeah.
just fucking nails in the coffin with every fucking dig, and it's just like I don't know.
Also, you were like 10.
Yeah, it just sort
Like
of
I would
also
get that
speaks.
more of on like a high school level,
Yeah,
but because like the emotional
and that's what
maturity,
they
right?
like too. Yeah,
You meet people where they are.
that's what I was
There's a
gonna
reason
say.
you
It's
don't
just sort of
drill
like,
into little 3-year-olds who are learning how to play t-ball.
uh-huh,
They can barely pick up the bat. It's the same size as them. Like,
right.
take a breath.
Yeah. So I don't know. It just also speaks to just being like a good coach, teacher, and realizing like I can treat people different, and I have to like. And some people just don't like it, where they're like, "No, I'll never treat everyone the same." And it's like, okay, well, then you're gonna have a bunch of Eddies quitting the sport because you're being a dick when you could have just said like, "Hey, man, nice job, you killed it out there. I know this is hard for you, but you did fantastic." And just be a little nicer. And just like a moment of like, look how good he did, versus like totally discrediting.
Yep.
Discrediting. I can't speak.
It's okay. You're in your feelings. It's fine.
Speaking of speaking, one thing that I did love.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm doing a lot of talking here, but
Honey,
apparently this is my dump
roll.
time.
This is your Barbie. Okay. I had my Barbie today. You get this is your Barbie.
Right. Thank you. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that. I appreciate that you're valuing me.
I value you.
Am I enough?
You are enough.
Am I enough?
You are.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Ken is me.
Yes.
One thing that I did love, because my brother played baseball pretty much up until he graduated high school. In fact, that was exactly how long he played baseball.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Out the womb with a mitt and a glove in hand. I mean, a mitt and a bat.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to shut up. Go.
Anyways, one thing I did love from watching him play games was the way that baseball players talk. And like
I thought you were going to say the concession stand.
The terminology. Oh, those sour gummy worms. So. The
You
little
bring
bags.
them up every single
the little
time.
bags. They were
Every
$1.
time.
They were so good. Oh, it's my favorite. Anyways. God, snacks. Fucking good. Little nachos.
There it is.
Little nachitos. Little
he
sour
talks
gummy.
about the exact same two foods every time we bring them up. We bring up baseball.
The queso. Anywho, I just like the
light
little, like,
in your eyes
terms
just then. I think
so
I saw
funny.
a glitter.
Yeah.
A little ding.
Oh God, I'd kill a pack of sour gummies right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just baseball talk's funny. Like when people, when you got to run fast, get on your horse.
Get on your horse.
Get on your horse. And like when they're up there batting, they're like, pick your pitch. Good eye, good eye. It's just like, oh, we take that. Yeah, we take that one.
It reminds me of Family Feud.
Check your swing.
Yeah, good answer. Good answer.
It's just fucking, I don't know. It was just always so funny to me. Just every single thing like that. I was like, I love but then again, I feel like I just love that in general, like specific terminology to specific things, That's why like gamer speak is fun. Yeah. I like the way that like.
You like jargon.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently that's the word for it. Yeah. So I don't know. I just want to say that. That's fun. It's a good time. And these boys play baseball.
Baseball.
So I guess we could bring it to the last section here. Sort of talk about why would anyone even watch this?
Your voice got so high.
Because, oh my God, you cut out. Did I cut out?
I don't think you cut out. I did, though.
It's just sort of like, I feel like you tell people that this movie is not really about anything. And
they're like, oh, so it's boring.
So what's the point, And it's kind of like, because Seinfeld is the show about nothing, quote unquote, but there's definitely things going on. There's plots, there's fun stuff happening. But this movie really is just like following young dudes over a weekend.
That's all it is.
That's about it. The most like
Mhm.
plot driven thing is that like in the fucking 11th hour, he goes back to the girl that he met at the beginning and like forms a relationship with her.
Mhm.
That they're like essentially going to be boyfriend, girlfriend. What
Yeah.
is their future going to hold? But like 80% of the movie is not that. It's just him hanging out,
Mhm.
getting to know his teammates, fun and
Mhm.
competition.
Yep, that's pretty true.
So it's like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
why
Why?
do we like it?
And I think the number one thing I equate it with, because I don't know, I don't think it's much of a thing here in the West, in the United States, as it
In the
is
West.
in the East, especially with
Anime.
anime and the subcategory of slice of life anime, which is
Mhm.
essentially what this movie is. Slice of life is just like, let's go watch someone do their everyday life.
Yep.
And that's what the show's about. Like
Mhm.
one of my favorite animes of all time, we'll do an episode on it at one point, is Silver Spoon, which is just about a student who goes to an agricultural school and like goes to class and
Mhm.
learns agricultural
He takes
studies.
care of a pig.
Yeah. But like that's just it. It's not like fucking Star Wars. It's not
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings. It's not, these grand plots that have like insane, you know, details spread
Budgets
into
and
them, budgets and like all these branching plot lines and like it's not Avatar the Last Airbender,
yeah, there's no lore involved here, people.
right?
It's baseball and guys being dudes.
It's literally get your camcorder and go follow you and your friends for a weekend and then that's the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I just think it's so like slice of life is probably one of my favorite genres of anime
Yeah.
because it's sort of like, it's the extraordinary in the ordinary. Like why do we do the things that we do? What's so interesting about our life? But I think that sort
Mm-hmm.
of like explains itself is that it's life.
Mm-hmm.
It's our experience.
It's very organic.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the nice thing. And like, and we got to see it. And I know I keep alluding to the Barbie movie, but we get to see that there are, moments of ordinary
Mm-hmm.
life and experience sprinkled throughout that film. And
Oh,
I was
yeah.
definitely feeling that too. I was like, wow, like being alive and just going through what is the mundane in like our experience, getting to view that as as an audience member or,
Mm-hmm.
getting to get a new angle on it, it does make it have a kind of grandiose air to it
Mm-hmm.
because we get to see how other people experience it and we get to relate to it in our own unique ways,
Mm-hmm.
and it adds a lot of value, I think, even though
Yeah.
we may not see the value in what we may be experiencing. We
Mm-hmm.
see like the human experience as a whole
Right.
as being valuable.
Yeah, definitely. I think that I don't know. I guess it sort of does like you were saying, it's kind of like realizing that you're not the only one who does these things.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing like that.
I do that.
Yeah, just like the human connection of like, I don't know, because people, I think we often try and find meaning in everything that we do.
Yeah.
When at the end of the day, I think the meaning that we find is through the connections that we make with
Mm-hmm.
the things that happen to us or the connections we make with other people.
Yeah.
So like slice of life and like this movie and like Barbie and so many other things, sort of like I think it is pretty beautiful. I'll make this sort of like connection here. Is that in the Barbie movie, one of the most beautiful moments for me was when it was just like a mother and daughter like playing dolls with each other,
Mm-hmm.
which is like very sweet. And it's like what a great memory for them to have, especially for the mom in that movie. But the daughter has to know, like, how many adults now, which is why that movie hits so hard, is like being
Yeah.
an adult. I think me being 32 and being firmly an adult and like sort of reminiscing and like having my parents still around and, you know, being able to talk to and sort of like almost be a peer with them, even though for me, I never will be. They'll always be my parents. But it sort of like makes me reminisce about a lot of the choices they made when I was a kid and sort of like see them as more of like a person versus like them as like my parents.
Yeah.
Which sort of like evokes a lot of emotions because I'm just like, oh, like they were like, if I had to do that now, what would I do?
Yeah.
You know, if I had to do that now, like I can only imagine how they feel about like seeing their kids as adults, you know?
Yeah. What a crazy phenomenon that must be.
Right. It's pretty wild. And then like in Everybody Wants Some, I think one of the best moments is at the end when he's just talking with like the woman that he likes and they're just like sharing their experiences and it's just those two together. It's like the same thing. It's like an intimate moment between two people and it's so like exciting and compelling because you're like seeing their relationship form. And I like
a genesis.
I always love that stuff because again it's like they'll always remember it, you know, even when they get older. This will probably be a moment whether their relationship works out or not that they'll look back and be like, wow, that was like a great moment.
Remember when I stayed up till 6 a.m. I didn't sleep at all and hung out in a river with a girl.
And I think, you know, to sort of connect that with just like everything else, it's just like how many amazing memories do we all have? And all of those
hopefully
memories,
a lot of them.
Yeah, hopefully. But it's just like all of those memories are the mundane.
Yeah.
They're like remembering like your father going on a field trip with you. You know, you and your friends playing a video game, maybe staying up all night for the first time and you're like, oh man, it's daylight outside, you know, and just like and going into an adult, like falling in love, making friends, doing all these just everyday things, but like that's what's important in our life, you know, and like that's why I think Slice of Life is so impactful, and that's why like I think this movie is so like memorable for me, is just because that's why we do this thing, you know. We are alive to live and to experience life, and that's it, you know. There's no real other reason. Obviously we want it to be, but if at the end of the day when I'm gone, you know, did I have all these great experiences to look back on and have my fucking life flash before my eyes? Yeah, and that's enough.
Yeah, I agree. Wow. This movie was about baseball and it got you to cry. Not even in like
I didn't shed a tear.
I see it.
My eyes are watering, but the tear ain't coming.
Okay. I think another reason this has hit home for you, especially over the past few weeks, is because you were so debilitated. You had like normality stripped away from you. So I think that's a really large contributing factor of like why this is so important and like special, because getting to participate and be a human and be with other people is something that I know that I take for granted on a daily basis, but you just had a major reality check with that. And like how being grateful to like literally just get out of bed in the morning and pick up the cat and go to the mailbox and, you know, do little things that at the end of the day do add up to being a really important part of being a person.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said at the beginning, it's sort of like, I don't know, just it speaks to the fact that you don't know what someone's going through. You don't know what's happening with them physically or mentally, especially if it's not outwardly, you know, just like immediately detectable, you know, visible, detectable. So yeah, like I cannot imagine. It was definitely very debilitating for me just being able or not being able to just like walk without being dizzy, not being able to like look down without being dizzy. I didn't lay down. I didn't even like bend over, you know, anything like that for like 2.5 weeks. And even now, you know, I have anxiety with like doing these things, even though I know I'm pretty much good and I feel like normal. So yeah, I think maybe that's why I'm getting a little emotional, you know. It's just sort of like also being in the hospital is not fun.
No,
sort of like having all those thoughts run through your head of like, is this it? Could this have been it? What would have happened? You know, all that stuff. There's definitely I'm happy to be alive. Happy to still be here. Happy to be able to make these memories. Happy to be able to share them with you, with strangers on the internet who maybe have
Hey.
felt the same way at one point or feeling the same way now or trying to get over things. It's just kind of like
Mm-hmm.
life is life. It can be hard, like you said, but it has a lot of good parts. And
Mm-hmm.
you just gotta be here to experience it. And do your best to
Mm-hmm.
be here as long as you can be to experience as many positive things over negative things as you can. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, even if it's as simple as just playing baseball with your friends or your teammates or making a connection with someone that you just met.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yay. Well, I think that's a good transition for our DTR.
I think so.
Shall we define the relationship, my dear?
We shall.
Oh, God. For me, I don't think I'm show dependent on this film, but I definitely understand how somebody could be. I think it's just, it's that, not to reduce things down to a binary, but it's like the masculine feminine disconnect for me.
Sure.
I don't think I'm the target audience for this, but there are things in this movie that I really enjoy. I like the interpersonal relationships. I really enjoy the humor. I love the music and dancing. And I like the simplicity and the fashion. Like, oh my gosh, these people are dressing. Um, but it's a very nice little, and we also have the bump of, I mean, granted, you and I were not alive in the late 70s, early 80s, but there's definitely like that piece of nostalgia
Yeah.
of getting to like reminisce on being in college. And both
Mm-hmm.
of us are lived through that. So it's
Yeah.
a really cool film. And if you haven't seen it, I'd highly recommend that you do at least once, just to, dip your toes in the water and kind of disconnect from maybe the more serious parts of daily life. So yeah.
Yeah, for my part, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's a show dependency, I don't know if I necessarily need this movie in my life,
Yeah.
but it may be trending and maybe, edging its way towards that. Maybe in a couple more watches. This is definitely, well, immediately a movie that turned into like a sleep movie for me since we bought it. It's just like, as I was saying, it's a movie that you could turn on and sort of like tune out.
But not in a bad way.
No, no, no. Yeah. Like you can go into it at any time and you'll find like fun dialogue, funny moments, entertaining moments. And then you could like leave the room and come back and then it'll still be something, different, but it's still fun and entertaining and a good time. I don't know. This movie kind of like just brings me that comfort of like it being about just everyday life makes it so accessible to me. And
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that it's just about relationships
Yeah.
versus like this big ultimate struggle between like good and evil.
Yeah.
I enjoy the fact that, first of all, the actors, everyone is fantastic in it. They're
Mm-hmm.
all, even when they're like showing their negative traits, I want to say overall, all of them are very likable, you
Yes.
know, and they bring like an air of youthfulness, which I think
Mm-hmm.
is fun because whenever you get older, it's fun to reminisce about the time when you were more young and like you could do so much more and all that stuff. That's fun. I don't know. I just think the dialogue is fun. I think they're funny. Like I said, very easy to like these people. And I like the little romance thing at the
Mm-hmm.
end. It's nice. It
Oh,
seems like
we know Eddie's a romantic.
like a nice, real, genuine connection.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot of stuff where at the end of the day, like I said, slice of life, probably my favorite type of anime because I like the simplicity of it. And I like the fact that it just, you don't have to have 2 hours, 3 hours long plot or like a fucking like 28 episode overarching plot. You just watch something just to enjoy it and see other people enjoying life. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, am I show dependent? Not yet. We'll say this movie's in the batter's box, ready to step up to home
Ah.
plate, which is show dependency, but they're warming up right now.
And we brought it home with a baseball metaphor.
There you
How
go.
appropriate.
And with that, next pitch coming up.
Oh, who's on base?
I don't freak. Are you trying to do the bit again?
I don't know.
If you like what you heard here, if maybe this made you want to watch Everybody Wants Some, I hope you do. Give us a follow, download the episodes, spread the word, tell your baseball, football,
Anything with a
choir,
ball. Oh, there we go.
any group of people that you spend time with, that you enjoy spending some of your life with, let them know about the Sho-Dependent podcast, and then we can be fine on Apple, Spotify, Google, wherever you listen to podcasts. We should be there.
Mm-hmm.
You want to follow myself? It's at Victor V Sweet on Instagram, on Twitter. We're gonna call it Twitter because that's what it is, even though they
we're not calling it
rebranded
X.
to fucking the least fucking brand SEO fucking like available thing ever. Way to kill a brand.
Mm-hmm.
But you can find me on Twitter and also Twitch. It's at Victor V Sweet. And my other half,
Yes.
my partner on this baseball field
Of dreams.
that we call life.
Wow.
Where can you be found?
You can find me. I'm probably in the dugout eating sunflower seeds.
Right.
Because I am not playing.
You've been getting after those seeds,
I
by the way.
fucking love sunflower seeds. I've been on a kick.
Something I never liked was when people would be like in the baseball stands and they just spit them on the ground.
No, that's disrespectful.
I get that, you know, it's dirt and all that stuff, but also just like put it in the bag.
Just spit it into the cup.
Just throw it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can also find me on Twitter at DJ Vivitch.
There we go. And also, I didn't say, but the Sho-Dependent also has a Twitter and Instagram, a TikTok. It's at SHO Dependent Pod. That is Sho-Dependent Pod. And with this episode coming to a close, we always give you a little something to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Little seventh inning stretch here.
Nice.
And let you know that coming up on the next episode, man, oh man, we go from a little slice of life to a little rom-com. I want to say the rom-com. One of my favorite movies of all time. Probably my favorite rom-com of all time. I want to say...
Are you calling this a rom-com?
The quintessential... What?
I classify this as a chick flick.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'd classify it as like a little teen rom-com, you know?
I don't get a lot of the calm, but we'll talk about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, anyways, it's a movie, the classic trope of take a nerdy girl, take her glasses off.
Make her hot.
Oh my goodness, she's so hot right now.
Mm-hmm.
The movie is She's All That. And boy, oh boy, am I excited not only to watch this for the next episode, but to talk about it, because as I said, I love this movie.
You do.
It's a great time. I love a rom-com, and yes,
it's an Eddie-thon.
It's a teen rom-com, the quintessential one. It's fantastic as we keep the good times a-rolling, because we need it right now. It's hot outside.
Mm-hmm. Shake something, don't break something.
Very nice.